hi everyone who is watching, and first of all, thank you to Jupiter for hosting me. Where am I? Thank you. Wait, I'm here. I am right here. There is no escape. Jupiter, I hope things are all good with you over in the US, and you haven't got any crazy kids jumping in and out of fridges tonight, keeping you off the Crucible, because that would be terrible. So yes, here we are. It's night time here in the UK. It's just gone 10 o'clock. I've spent most of my evening building IKEA furniture, so looking forward to a bit of chill time now, and some time on the Crucible. Delayed, yeah, something like that. Just trying to time it with the music, which I think is about 5 minutes 20 seconds, that particular track, from back in the Amiga days. So yeah, thanks for the hosting, and let's talk about what we're doing with KeyForge tonight. So it's actually quite a simple plan, actually. I've been a bit lost in the woods, to coin a KeyForge card name, and now I've kind of been cycling around my decks, just trying to get experience with them. But let's face it, some decks are just plain weaker than others, and just aren't that strong, either in the meta or just by themselves. So I've been mixing it up a bit when playing with friends, in that sometimes playing the experimental weaker decks just to get a feel for the cards, and then throwing in the stronger decks every so often just to maybe get a win every now and then. That would be nice. But then that got me thinking that really I should maybe concentrate a bit on the stronger decks just to really get to know them better. And that sort of came to mind when this particular deck, which I will show on screen now, Preezfeth, the Dominus of Vipers. I really enjoyed the last game I did with this, because I was able to use some of the cards in this to actually basically end up winning the game. So there's a few things I really like about this deck, but it just can't really vibe with me. I mean, first of all, let's face it, it's got 2 treasure maps, and so they're really strong. I mean, especially if you're lucky enough to get them in your hand. If you're the starting player and you can play 1 card anyway, and you've got this card, then happy days. That's just really cool. And there's 2 of them in this deck, so you can just break these out, gain up to 4 amber, bang. The other thing that came into mind is obviously loot the bodies, but the same deck has various ways of destroying creatures, and this is quite handy. So I was able to use that to actually destroy my own creatures, but get the amber as a result of that. So that's like quite a cool, strong thing. And the third thing that I really liked, and I guess this matches the meta of things I'm hearing from the last full tour about how controlled are weak, is really strong in that it can just block your opponent. And I really needed this, because my opponent was all set to potentially do bad things, and I was able to lock him out, as he has a Logos house, and he was all set to do the usual Logos things of just drawing cards for infinity. I was able to stop that with this card. And there was one other. There was definitely a really cool artifact. Here we go. Lasher Broken Dreams. And again, having that, so basically my opponent had 2 opportunities to win, but hadn't been able to desperately clutch victory at the end, where I was able to use this artifact to block him from forging a key on 1 turn. So I guess it's a sense of I was learning this deck and things it can do, and kind of feeling a bit comfortable with that. So it's not one of these decks that does the really cool sexy things of just doing library access and drawing a card or whatever it is. Sorry, time traveler meta stuff to just draw cards forever whilst your opponent sits there looking bored. I just don't think that's fun. So there we go. So the idea is to use this deck and just try a bit, basically just this deck. Oh, Jupiter, so you're up to if you're down, then yeah, if you just whilst I'm finishing the intro, if you spin up a game, then let me know. Try not to bring out a gimmick or superly strong decks, so we get the opportunity to see if this one can do what it's talking about. So bring your best average deck to the table. And yeah, top priority host. I love it, man. Thanks, that's really appreciated. Jupiter, if anyone else listening, did a really cool podcast earlier, which I haven't listened to in full yet because I was on UK time and juggling with family stuff, but basically concentrating on inclusivity and women of KeyForge in that particular regard, which is great because I know that there's a lot that can be done for inclusivity in general, just in gaming. I'm sure it's still a problem. I mean, even today I was seeing a discussion on the KeyForge Facebook group where maybe in a troll because they sort of never responded to any comments made, but their comment was, how come all the rule books always use he did this and he did that, which I think was more of a legacy thing because certainly the KeyForge rulebook, if you check it, doesn't use that at all. It uses the player, the active player, and so on. So that's pretty good. So I know that most games nowadays are pretty gender neutral and everything. But hey, every little helps, and I'll be suspicious of anyone that rages against that sort of thing. As in, let's face it, I mean, it's one of these things where actually talk to women about how they feel about gaming, getting involved, and there is a lot of gatekeeping that stops them feeling comfortable with the idea. So anyway, how long am I streaming today, Jupiter? I hadn't really thought about it. Certainly it'd be about an hour and a half tops. I've got a running race tomorrow, so I need to have some form of energy left for that. But thankfully it's quite local. So that is the intro. This is the deck. Jupiter, did you want to jump on your Discord if you're available to, and we can just talk as we go as well, and that'd be something new to try for this stream? Let me know if that's something you're able to do whilst I find you on here. Yep, I should look for the game now. Can't find it yet. Let me hit refresh. Search for Jupiter. You're under competitive by any chance? How am I going to find you? Ha! Competitive. Is that what it's come to? Alright then. So rather than me read the chat, I'm going to jump into Discord quickly. And you can see all these lovely channels. And let's see. Live on Twitch. I've got no idea this is going to work. Hey, say hello, Jupiter.
Hey, how you doing, you?
Hey, I think that's working. I'm just going to jump to my settings. Just say something again.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. That's fine. That's fine. You're coming through on the desktop audio. So, hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm going to let me turn off the sound on the Twitch. I will minimize Twitch so I can't see what you're typing or showing me in game. I can hear you, so how it matters. We can talk smack like that.
Yeah.
So the game, yeah, there's my game is built for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm going to be quite open. I'm going to see this as kind of a coaching game, right? Because although it's you have, and mainly because I've already spoken a bit about my deck and the things I like about it, and what I'm trying to plan to do with it.
Do you want me to watch your hand and like?
Yeah. I think so. I think given that you're here, and I'd be stupid to pass up the opportunity.
Absolutely. Me and Casey usually do this. Like that's how I helped start coaching her, and now she beats me.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't. Yeah. So it's as discussed. It's Preezfeth.
I just remember we have like a 30-second delay too, so I don't see your hand until a little bit into the turn.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Right. Hey, so I won the flip. First player, start a game.
You played with both hands open. I think you would be able to. Oh no, you can't. Yeah.
So.
So the deck I'm playing is called Isaac Sergeant Falcon Vitalis.
Okay.
And the reason I'm playing this deck is because I was checking out like some of the numbers and stuff, and it has a really high, like the new stats setup is pretty cool looking, and like it has a really high amber count.
Okay. Can you post the name of the deck in chat? Actually, no, you don't need to, because I can see it. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do search for it, just to display on stream. It's got.
I could put the link in too for you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll give you the link to
See if I get there first.
Yeah, you probably will. If you go
So
to Deck to KeyForge and type it.
Yeah. So look for keywords Isaac and Falcon.
Why is it not pinned?
Oh, so Isaac, Sergeant, Falcon, Vitidius. Okay. Yeah. So I've got you on screen. So you're talking about was it the Amber generation you liked about it?
Yeah, see how it has like an 18 raw Amber generation? We have a new layout with that. That's what that 18 is. It means that there's 18 printed extra Amber on the cards now.
Nice.
So that's pretty high. It's one of the higher ones I have, so that's cool. The little lightning bolt symbol that you see now, that is key, extra like ability to make keys and stuff.
Cool.
The two cards that you see underneath that is your ability to draw like cards.
Okay, nice.
Draw cards.
Yeah.
And then the one that has like the ghost is archiving, like the one underneath it. So I have 2 archiving cards. I have 3 archiving cards, 2 drawing cards, 18 raw Amber. So technically, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's nice.
As you see now, like when you're looking at my deck to play against me, what's my biggest weakness?
That's a good question. And not many creatures?
No, look at the Amber control.
Amber
control is a huge hole for me.
Oh, okay. So not okay.
So what that means is like I do have a couple of explosive things that like kind of blow up your Amber push, but you should be pushing Amber really hard against me.
Okay.
Like pushing your game because I don't have a lot of ways to deal with it. And in a situation where you see a low Amber count like that, like where it's like a 3.5, like you're looking through my deck, you see Everessence Principle. That's really all I got. Like that's all I got to really slow you down. Everything else is little bits of like poke. I guess you have to be, if you're playing Shadows, you have to be careful with Mimicry. But like even then, I think I'm gonna race. Like you see, I'm at 31.5 on my expected Amber. I'm gonna be racing, and it's basically this is a pure flat out like foot race for me. So you either have to play defensively with Shadows and or like play Amber control against my Amber and win by counter punching me because I can't counter punch you back, or you have to race faster than me if you don't have that. So that's kind of what the numbers are telling me.
And you got two hunting witches as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been on a hunting witch kick lately. Like I don't know why, but like I really like the way that they're doing things as far as the business side of stuff.
Okay, cool. So if we look at my deck by comparison, so what have we got? So you've got a much higher expected Ember count. So I've only got 23.5, but quite good control. I've got a 10 control, quite good strong creature control, and 16 bonus Amber. So it'd be interesting to see how these kind of stack up together.
Yeah, so your Amber control is your strength. Is like one of your strengths. Like, but I don't see that much Amber control. Like, I think you have soft Amber control versus like hard Amber control. So it might turn into a race, and then like you having to use like. Why do you have 10? What I'm looking at here. You got Hecatome. Yeah, I mean, you have the Bumpsies. I guess that's good. Like, you have like little bits in each house, but you don't have like a big Amber grab.
Yeah.
Which is so technically you're in a race with me. And I think my deck might be a little bit faster than yours, but let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. All right.
Let's have a drag race.
So, question: do I keep the starting hand? So we have 2 Bumpsies immediately available.
But Bumpsies are kind of like a later game card, right? So like what I'm looking at.
But I do have treasure map available out the bat.
I was gonna say, since you are trying to race, I think treasure map is a good opening. So, since you can only play 1 card, that's 4 Amber, and I don't have a ton of Amber control.
Exactly.
So that's a pretty good head start.
So I'm going to keep the hand and do the very predictable just play treasure map straight off the bat.
I think it's good that you have 2 in your deck because that helps you get it more often on your first turn, and that's where you want it. It's where it's most effective if you're playing first, and that's a card in your hand. So.
Yeah. So then this leaves me. Is there anything I want to discard or just keep them? Ultimately, no. Yeah, I'm happy with those. So I can only play that 1 card, and it's over to you.
Mm-hmm. Now you don't want to play your Speed Sigil either until it's a good time to play it.
Yeah.
And a good time to play it is when you need to steal an Amber from me with Dodger.
Yeah.
Like other than that, like you don't necessarily want to be handing me the ability to drop creatures and use them against you, like on the go.
Yeah, it's definitely double-edged.
Yeah, it can be. All right, so let's see. I don't have a great hand either, so I'm gonna try to catch up to that rush. I'm just gonna play that and draw because my mulligan is worse than my starting hand.
Okay, cool. So here we go. So we've got the two bumpsies, which okay, makes sense to play one because I can just start doing a bit of amber control against you.
All right, so here's the thing too, right? You don't want to chain yourself with stuff. So
Yeah.
like playing just one and not using both is probably a waste of a turn because it means you have to come back to use it. And you can they're one each, so they're gonna grab. So when I'm at 2 amber, that's when you want to play your Bob.
Yeah.
Your Dust Imp is more of a ramp card for you right now than anything, and I probably would play the Dust Imp and hope to get like either another Shadows or another Brobner card here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really threatening you, and that is threatening me because if I kill that, I'm putting you on check, right?
Yeah, that's that. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still doing something. So out comes the Dust Imp. Nothing else to do. So nice and quick.
Okay, and then we'll see what you draw. That would be critical.
Yeah. So what did come out? I think so. Basically, I've just picked up another treasure map.
Oh, see, so good. So next turn, if there's nothing like really insane going on, you just play the treasure map, take the 4 amber, and pass turn. Like and you're in check, like in a heavy check. Like that's one that you know that I'm probably not coming back out of. Right?
So would you then, as you mentioned about speed sigil and not playing that so early, so would you basically then discard that and hope to cycle it later when I might need it? Or
I kind of like keeping it with the Dodger because it gives you a steal, like instant steal right now, and then like it just gives you plays because you can go Dodger, put Shadow Self next to your Dodger, or put Shadow Self between like another creature and it. Like sometimes I like to play my Shadow Selves open so that way I have a place to put the next creature I find. In this case, I probably would do that. I'd put the Bumpsies and Dodgers all to one side of it, probably put the Dodger next to it, and then leave the side open in case you draw something that is more productive in your deck. Like I don't forget, but I'm sure you have key cards like Hunting Witch or something crazy that would be much better protected.
Yeah.
Or if you have anything that has like Moon Cursor or Mascus Asp and stuff, that's the kind of stuff that you want to be protecting, not necessarily like Bumpsies and things. Because remember, when you have Bumpsies and you play Bumpsies and they die, they go back into your discard and then eventually they get shuffled back in and then you get the full effect of them. So
yeah, nice.
Bumpsies are kind of like direct damage. Like you want to use them as a grab an amber and kill something with them.
Yeah.
And then put them back into the discard so you can draw to them again, in my opinion.
Nice. Okay, that's good advice. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's my idea on that. So for this, I'm going to play like I don't know what's in your hand, so I'm going to do this because I'm not trying to chain myself, so I have to discard that, and I will just try to get some work done on catching up because I know I'm already behind.
Okay.
And then playing like since I don't know what's in your hand, I would probably.
Well, I've got the treasure map available with shadows, so I could just play that and only that to gain 4 amber.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go racing, so I think that's the sort of fastest way. And then and that would be the only thing. And manual mode. What are you after?
Yeah, I hit when I was discarding Glorious View, I hit my one stood against many, and I don't want to play it.
That's okay. There you go.
Cancel prompt. Put that back in my hand. Make sure my amber is down 1. Did I get 1 from it yet? No, I didn't. Okay, so it should be it.
I'll resist yours just to boost myself by about 10 amber.
No problems. You know, if you type /forge, you make a key. So.
Oh, nice.
If you really want to get cheeky with the wins.
There you go. Yeah, there's a top tip for you.
You can switch houses and stuff too, like in your turns. That's what all the if you hit help and read the help prompt, like you hit that button at the top says help, down to about.
Yeah.
Is it about? No, it's not about. It's help how to play, and they have like all the manual command prompts. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but those are things that you can do basically like in game. The most useful one is the / active house one because sometimes you misclick what house you want to be. And you just type / active house with the name of the house and you get it back if you want to look at it.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, all for one game. And just to echo one of the things you said, which is you can switch houses out of manual mode, which I guess but as you say, by using the / commands as well. Awesome. I know, actually, this reminded me, actually, in terms of the Crucible functionality, that some of the changes I think they've got lined up for the code base look pretty cool, such as the sorts of things, such as when you're moving the cursor, your mouse pointer over the cards, it makes them big to make managing your hand a bit nicer. Stuff like that. So, so I'm going to principally go with shadows and just play.
No.
Oh,
the board has changed, right? So look at the board; it's changed, and we are seeing. I'm at 3 amber now, and I have 4 presence. You don't want my board presence to get too crazy, so what you would probably do here is play Brobnar and go ahead and play your 2 bumpsies. Steal the 2, you know, make me lose those 2 amber, and then have some kind of board state for me to look at.
Okay. Yes.
You trade with everything except for ant.
Okay, so basically running interference a bit. Okay, so.
And you just wait. And the treasure might get played as just a raw amber, like an end turn amber thing. So it might be at the point where that's what happens with it. But we'll see.
Okay, so out come the bumpsies for control. And that's it in terms of cards, so that ends that. So, okay, end turn. Straight back to you.
Cool. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm trying to forget my hand every turn for you, so that way I don't play. All right, so this turn I think I play this. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have played first. It's 1 amber I missed. Let's play that just for the amber. Hard to play 2 decks at once. But not impossible. All right, so there's my turn. Let me see what you drew. You drew Lash, and see, now you have Relentless Whispers too, so that's pretty good. Because Relentless Whispers in this case you can use to shoot your own dust imp and really vault your amber count, right?
Yeah, and in when I did my intro preamble, then that's exactly what I did. Sort of spotted the fact I had a dust imp and I could destroy it and gain amber as a result.
All right, so what I think I do here is well, you tell me, what do you do?
Well, I guess the question following from what you said is I could just use treasure map during the turn, and not as the first actions, but then as in to sacrifice the 3 amber, but gain the guaranteed 1 in order to be able to play the other cards as well this turn. Okay,
so you should be looking to put me in check, right? Like that's what you need to do. Yeah. Is there a way for you to put me in check without treasure map? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Tell me how it is.
Let me just look at the cards. So I could play Speed Sigil in order to get Dodger out and fighting straight away to steal amber.
Correct. And then you then you have the Relentless Whispers to kill the Hunting Witch.
Yeah. So that will that will start heading in that direction for sure.
And then you can fight with Dodger the same turn you bring it out, probably against the Raiding Knight, and get the steal. And then, but before you fight, you want to put the Shadow Self on the outside of it so that the Shadow Self will absorb that 4 damage.
Okay, nice.
Your Dodger fresh, or you could kill you can kill the Protectrix, which is probably a smarter play. And get the value there of getting the Protectrix off board.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So all for one gaming seems to. So he's commented to say, Speed Sigil into Dodger and Shadow Self seems the better play to steal and kill one of his dudes.
Right. So what I'm saying, I agree with that line. That's a good line. So you go Speed Sigil, and then you play Dodger, and then you play Shadow Self, all on the same side, so that the Shadow Self is on the end, like you want him on the flank. Then you Relentless Whispers my Hunting Witch, and then you end the turn by playing the Treasure. And then you'll have, that's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 amber, which is going to put you well into check.
All right, and so starting out, so I played a Speed Sigil. So next creature plays ready. So get Dodger out first straight away. Actually, no, Shadow Self first. Oh no,
no.
Dodger has to be Dodger, so otherwise Dodger can't actually fight.
Yeah, right.
So Dodger comes out, put him, or either left or right. Let's put him left for fun. So Dodger doesn't have to, but then play Shadow Self for the protection.
Yeah, you put him
also on the left.
To the left of Dodger, yeah.
Yep. So he's there. Now Dodger can fight.
Yeah, now you can fight, but first do the Relentless Whispers, kill the Hunting Witch.
Okay.
Because now you're taking 1 for me as well and gaining 2. So that'll put you. Yeah.
So you go.
And then you can now fight the
So
Butcher into the Protectrix.
yep, that sounds the. Or so why would you choose Protectrix as opposed to?
You're getting it off the board.
Oh, okay, so it's more dangerous.
If you put damage on my rating knight and I go back into that house, I can just heal it all off. So
yeah, that's good. Okay, no problem at all. Okay. So Dodger will fight Protectrix. All right, so up to 7 amber.
And now you'd play the treasure map for 1 because you don't want. It's not worth the chain to keep it.
Okay. Well, I mean, so I guess I'm in 2 minds there. So I get getting the 1, but is it worth keeping it because potentially next turn I could get 4 amber out of it as part of the race?
But are you sure you're going to draw more shadows cards with the amount of shadow cards you've already played?
Okay.
And you might chain yourself to like you might have like it might work out that you could have played shadows. Yeah. But that's like 1 more card. So just go ahead and do what I said. Play it and get the 1 amber, and then we'll see what that last card is and see how much of an impact it brings.
All right.
It should be better.
So I played, so that would complete the turn. So this is why, again, I think this is demonstrated why I like this deck, in that the synergy is quite nice. So the speed sigil to bring out cards, and the fact that I can just kill my own dust imp. I have the ability. So there you go. I've played. So what's come out is I have got some more shadows actually. Ended up with Hidden Stash, Ghostly Hand, and Silent Dagger.
It's gonna take a second. I'm gonna start my turn. All right, there it is. Yeah, so you got a blood of the Titans off of playing the thing, but you got it a turn early. You also have Coward's End, which is nice because that means that now if my creatures don't have damage on them, and you put you can fight different things, put damage on things, and then use it to save things. But it's gonna be tricky with the Dodger, but probably not time for Brobnar right now anyway. Yeah. But the Silent Dagger put on the Shadow Self is a monster, and then you have the Hidden Stash to put away one of those Brobnar creatures, or the Lash even. Probably put the Lash away because you have 2 Brobnar cards and only 1 discard. Yeah. So I would probably do that, and then the Ghostly Hand for more value on the flip because you're going to be re-ramping your things, and then you can fight and reap with the other 2, and do what you got to do there. So it looks pretty good. Let me get my turn off though. So before I'm going to change the board, I'm sure. So
always changing the board.
Trying to anyway, right? It's the goal. All right, so I'm going to make it a little bit miserable for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because in our preamble, you've got more potential amber for the rush. So I think I just got lucky with being able to, at the beginning, hopefully not peak too soon by smashing ahead.
All right, so first we're going to fight. All right, so Shadow Self, and then we're going to fight the Dump Imp, and then we're going to fight a Bumpsy. Value off of that, and then we will use this action, put her back in play. That's why you don't want to play a speed sigil until you get first advantage of it, because if you do, you end up losing the value there. All right, I'll be right back as you figure out your turn now. I'll be.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So Jupiter has gone. So hello, chat, by the way. So All for One Gaming. Hopefully you're still there, and hopefully all is going well with you. So let's have a look whilst we wait for Jupiter to return. So we now have a stunned Dodger, which is annoying, and a stunned Bumpsy as well. But, oh, hey, Draven, who just said hi. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Thank you for joining us as we're doing a bit of a coaching session with Jupiter obviously being the coach. As I'm sort of playing a deck. So let's have a look. So Lash of Broken Dreams. If I was to go dis, but that would be the only dis card I could play, which doesn't sound too awesome.
Sorry about that quick break.
Hey man, just welcome back. I didn't get too far. I was just saying hi to Draven, who's just been complimenting you on your coaching skills.
Oh, thank you. She was my first student, first fan.
Ah, so hey,
I have a trophy deck that she sent me as my first streamer gift, so I'll never go anywhere. Cool. Get down, please. What did I tell you? It's over here. Hit the button. Yes, down, please.
So in terms of my hand, it's looking like shadows is the way to go.
Let's see. I agree. 100%.
So first question is what card to choose to archive.
Actually, well, maybe shadows wasn't right. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You do have options because you have no damage on anything right now, so your cowards at the high value like right now because both your guys are stunned, so that's kind of crap. But like the trick is if you do that, you're leaving me a turn to repopulate the board before you.
Yeah.
So this is like one of those ones where making the right micro decision might influence the game. Like I'm not against you playing the Lash of Broken Dreams here because thinking forward, there's not a lot great here to do. But if you play no, because playing the Lash is only one card you're going to draw to. Yeah, probably Shadows just to get cards out of your hand and get some new cards.
But it's also but it's cards out and also amber generation, so potentially I could forge a key my next turn.
Yeah.
So my instinct is Shadows, but I'm well aware. Yeah. Okay.
That silent dagger is going to be wasted though, because that'll be maybe not. I don't know what's but yeah, there's a chance that you waste your silent dagger on a creature at this point. Yeah. But it's still worth the amber and the chance, because if it survives, it's absolutely dangerous.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
And it's kind of choice. So with hidden stash, what to archive? So I'll be either thinking of
I would archive the Lash. Yeah. Again, it's only one discard, and if you draw a bunch of discs, it's another discard. So it's great. Okay. That's when you make that choice.
Okay, so let's start with the hidden stash. So played, and as discussed, archive the Lash. Boom, that's gone. Play Ghostly Hand for, at least for 2 amber. And then Silent Dagger, and just pick a creature, which I guess it's all much of a muchness. I guess tempted to put it on Dodger. Because Dodger's got the fight ability and therefore probably more worth protecting.
Yeah, and Bumpsy's more of a fighter type. They're both kind of bad for it, but right now I would hedge my bet towards Bumpsy because you've already played so much Shadows, you're bound to get more towards Brobnar.
I understand. Yeah.
So I think Bumpsy might be a better target.
Okay, let's give that a go. So that would complete the turn. So I shall end, and so I'm back up to 8. So declaring check. What I'm drawing out is Brobnar, as you predicted, to follow the leader. Anger, and then 2 discs. Yeah,
and that's good for getting the that trigger off of Bumpsy, and then being able to come back into it. And then you see now you're also hitting into your disc stuff, but that's like your control package for after you get aggressive with Brobnar. So that's pretty sweet. And if you get some damage down and you get that Coward's End off, you definitely come right back in with Snudge Lock with Shackles and the key, and that's pretty sweet. So yeah, that was a good choice.
So enough about me.
My turn.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do I got going on? All right, I got some 30s. Here.
Oh, it's a good pickup by Draven. She just mentioned I should have unstunned Dodger as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a real play. So that's a misplay there.
Yeah. You can just fix it.
Oh, you're going into manual mode. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't realize you could do this in.
Yeah, you just click on the card. I can do it for you. Remove stun. There you go.
As if by magic. Okay, cool.
And disable. All right, cool. And then what do I do here?
So thank you, Coach Draven.
She's watching the game from a different side. I'm trying to look at your hand mostly. Everybody misses things. There's like so many things.
Well, I guess it's also where I much prefer like playing in person in some ways, just because you're more likely to.
I agree 100%. I just took your Lash.
But then the advantage of the Crucible is also it's nice in that I can see the cards you play. They're actually the right way up for me.
Right.
Oh, so you've stolen my Lash of Broken Dreams. Or it's been discarded. What did you do? Let's have a look.
I played this on you.
Yeah, okay, nice. For you.
She's a good card. And I just waste my phase shift. Yeah, probably. Because I don't want to play Mimicry. There's nothing worth mimicking. Fight that Bumpsy. Let's see, by putting it on the Bumpsy, you make me decide. Like, both are bad, but I
Yeah.
decided having the 4 damage is worse, so I'm going to kill that guy instead of your Dodger, so it saves your Dodger for now.
Okay.
But by giving 2 good looks at something, it's always better than 1. So you're crushing me right now.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to have a discussion as to why you think that is afterwards. Just because on paper your deck looked like it had the better rush potential, but I guess it's luck of the draw as
The
well.
Amber control is huge.
Oh, sorry, you had Amber Generation, as in I thought you could just go rush. But I guess. But you said before that you were weak against Amber Control. So if someone had Amber Control,
yeah,
that would be.
So the little bits of Bumpsies and the little bits of this and that you did were huge against me because I don't have a way to really interact. And then having a Sanctum draw is much worse too when I don't have, like, I'm not drawing the Untamed stuff. That's where all my rush is.
Okay, so I've got an option here then. So I could, I've got a lot 4 Brobner cards. So one option is I could go for Coward's End, which will basically keep me on the board but wipe out your board.
And it gives you an Amber back. You got to think about that too.
And then I've also got the ability. Well.
And then you can put the Blood of the Titans on the Dodger to make him last longer and make him annoying. Then you can.
And I guess Anger. I could. Or can I play Anger just for the Amber?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So. I would definitely get rid of all your Brobnar cards at this point and like refill for Dees. Because you're going to draw Dees cards probability-wise. You're going to draw at least 2 or 3 Dees cards because you haven't seen any. So, I agree with that play. I would Coward's End, Blood of Titans, the Dodger, play the Anger for value, and then just discard Follow the Leader. That would be correct. Because the Coward's End is value because you're getting the Amber back too from the Raiding Knight. So it's like a free Amber. And then you are basically at 5, sitting there at 5 with a pretty good board state.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? So I've done all of those things. So and drawn out 1 Shadow's Poison Wave. It doesn't have any use right now. Loot bodies and Tendrils of Pain. So a bit of a not the greatest cards.
Tendrils was pretty good for you.
So I had a comment. I remember this coming up in the game. So Draven's pointed out that I could have reaped with Dodger because of the Radiant.
No, you can't because it's not in house.
Well, this is one of these things. So I'll explain why. I've heard this point of view that some people say with Anger that you're meant to resolve the card as far as possible. So when it says ready and fight,
he has nothing to fight, but he's not in the proper house. It only works if you like Anger or something else.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, good. So
Brobner was called so Shadows cannot be ready to.
Okay,
that trick is in-house trick. Like you have to do it while you're in house.
So Coach Draven is now 1-for-1 on advice in this game.
No, Anger would not. Let me look at. I'll show you Anger. Anger says ready and fight with a friendly creature. That's all it says. So you take it to the farthest point you can, which is readying the creature that is not a Brobnar creature, and then you can fight. But if there's nothing to fight, then it's still a Shadows creature on a Brobnar turn, so you cannot.
All right, that's really cool. And hello to, I'm gonna have to read this. I don't know how to pronounce it, but who also said no as Brobnar was called, but also felt that the turn was misplayed. So I'd be interested to hear what they felt could have been done differently.
I think the turn was played fine. For what you're trying to do is win. You put enough pressure on me. So let's see, what was I doing? I got sidetracked. I'm in Untamed, doing Untamed things. I Nocturnal, Full Moon. Okay. So now. Blood of Titan, Anger to steal. You can't steal. Oh yeah, you could have fought the creatures beforehand with the Blood of Titan on. That is true. You could have
okay, yeah, good call.
Mm-hmm.
Hunzum, if you want to also put in chat how to pronounce your handle, so then I just won't keep mispronouncing it.
Let's see.
Ah, there's another. There's the other hunting witch.
That's 5, 8, 7, 8. I can hit you for 8. Yeah, I have to do that. Don't want to mess around with that. And then,
Don't often hear you go,
Yeah, thinking. Got me thinking. There's nothing of great value for me in your pit at this point. I think I wait. Yeah. Guess I have to hold this. This turns into a chain for me. I'm not coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for something. I don't know. I guess I'll just take the amber. Yeah, I just play the ghostly here. Oh, end turn.
All right, cool. So, all right, what to do then? So, speed sigil set out there. You got your hunting witch out there, so that's dangerous. So, do I have a way of basically? What can I do? Scrolling back.
Read tendrils.
Tendrils? Yeah, I was just checking whether you forced a key on your last turn. Which you did. Yeah, so that would be my thinking. So to go dis in that case.
So your missed dodger actually made it so your tendrils was more effective.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, start out with Tendrils of Pain.
And follow with Snudge and Shackles, and that's just all kinds of horrible.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, bring them out.
And I'm in check, so that's good.
Okay, cool. And also got the option of
bring Snudge out first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the,
now
when you reap with Snudge, what is your best thing to return to your hand?
I can just return Shackles and use them again.
No, return your speed sigil, because then it turns off my ability to use it.
Okay.
You're in a position where you're winning, so you want to lock me down, and one way that I can get back into is if I had a cheeky trick, right? So basically that puts the speed sigil out of your way, and then most of the stuff that is in your deck, I believe, that benefits from speed sigil is in Shadows. So the next time you revisit Shadows, you can play it for the extra amber, and before you play it, you can drop the poison wave and basically do damage to whatever needs to be done if there's that kind of board state. Or you're just turning off the ability I have to put something in play and use it.
No, that's really good advice. It's only recently that I've sort of started, and this deck has helped using cards against my own stuff where it lets you. So when it says a creature, just doing stuff to my own creatures when it makes sense. But my first instinct here would have been, I guess, not paying enough attention to the fact that I'm well ahead of returning Shackles in order to replay and make you lose Amber again when I don't have to be particularly worried.
Well, Shackles doesn't lose Amber till end of turn anyway, so you're doing nothing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, sorry, you're right. Sorry, I've misread that. So yeah, fine. Okay, good.
So there's no value. I just, like I said, pop the speed sigil back to your hand. That's an Amber in the hole, plus an effect, like a creature effect if you have it, like when it comes into play, or just another like quick thing that stops me from being able to, like in this case, I would have popped down a Doc Book and got a free card.
Yeah.
So you basically stopped me from doing a free card.
Okay, so end turn and check, and drawing out Troll from Brobnar, and I think Poison Wave, another one. So I've got 2 Poison Waves.
So you have a lot of damage. So that's fine, and you still can go back, and that's 3 Amber just for doing nothing on the board, or you just go back and just reap the dis and do your thing with that. But let's see. You're in a good position, but I just Ever Essence. So that's
Well, that's the Amber control you did have, and there it is.
Yeah. I can't make the game too easy for you, but the line that you had for the knowledge that you had was right. All right, so now you have some tricks that you got to figure out.
All right, so we got Doc Bruton's out. So 4 Amber away. Well, if I deal Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Let's say I put you in a tricky situation, like with the comeback I have on you, but you're still winning. So you want to get to a win faster, but you don't want to compromise your board state. You want to make me come to you to get rid of stuff, especially like a snudge. So it's not really worth you losing your snudge for like attacking or doing whatever with it, like reaping and just leaving it there. Not a lot of effect with that, but what you can get decent effect with is playing your shadow stuff, committing your snudge to basically dying. So what you do is you fight the snudge into the dock book, then you double poison wave and probably hold your speed sigil still, or you play your speed sigil in the event that you think you want to be able to bring your troll in and fight right away and use loot the body. One way or the other.
Okay. So yeah, my instinct would be shadows, just to get those cards out. Basically, so then yeah, if I play both poison waves, so goodbye smudge, snudge.
Sludge is gonna die anyway.
Yeah, and then it just
you gotta be careful because like the poison waves are also what are the poison waves doing for me? They're giving me a card archive, right?
Yeah,
that could be dangerous.
It could be, but hey, let's see what happens.
All right, your choice.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. Now Doc Bookton's primed to die. I probably play the speed sigil, yeah, because why not?
Okay, and we're done.
Still have a good lead on me, so okay. So that's an interesting card you put into archive. I like it. What do I do here? Let's see. You're at 7, so I don't know if I can stop you. Actually, that might have been enough to get me dead. Let's see. I guess I have to go Sanctum again, or not Sanctum, but Logos again. I have to hope that I draw something off my draw. Nope. Let's see if I can get it off my wormhole. Nope, that's a Protectrix. So all I have left is a Scrambler Storm, and then I'm done. End turn, and you have successfully.
Hey, there you go. Well, thank you very much for the coaching session. That was really helpful. So, what did you think you said about the last turn and how it could have been risky?
Just risky giving anytime you give somebody extra cards when you're basically trying to end the game and you basically give them an archived card, it's like drawing a free card, right? So when you basically get that free draw on a card, like you're giving them an extra out, and there's only 36 cards in the deck, you know. What was left in my deck? Let's see. I only had a Kehoe left. So if you were paying attention to the deck list, you would have known I was pretty dead in the water because Everett Principle. I think we talked about that at the beginning of the game too. Like once I blow my Everett as its principle, it's pretty much game over at that point.
And also both Hunting Witches had come out as well as part of your Amber generation.
Yeah. Well, I personally have to get going, but I know that there's plenty of people out there like a Drayven/AC. And she could jump and chat with you as well.
Yeah.
If she wanted to. And I gotta get ready to take my fiance to work, so I be out. But she needs to get ready, so I have to pay attention to Harlan.
That's all right. Well, thank you very much for that. It's useful. It sort of helped reinforce a lot of things about the deck, but also give me lots of ideas of strategy and how to really think about future moves based on what's happened in the past. So that's been great. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we can do this anytime you're streaming if you want. Even if you're playing other people, I could jump in, watch, and help with your hands like this. It's really
that'd be great.
Trying to type everything.
Yeah, especially with the Birmingham Vault Tour just getting closer and closer here in the UK.
Is that going to be Archon?
No, it's sealed.
Oh, sealed. Well, then what you need to do is you need to start practicing sealed because you need to see other cards. And the more cards you know is the better for you.
Yeah, well, so the main event is sealed, and it's also Age of Archon. Because that's released. So it's released on Friday, so it's Age of Archon. But there are side events as well. So it all depends on what you want to do. Do you do the main event, or you could do both, or just the side events? In which case there are. I think it's all solo Archon. I don't think there's any adaptive from what I remember from the side events. So there's a bit of a choice, but I think I prefer the idea of sealed because I'm not sure I like the idea of people that have bought 10,000 decks or just come along with their stomping deck and winning that way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess the best thing you can do for that event get used to the mechanics and learn the mechanics and the wordings, because like the
Yeah.
better you are at that, the better you'll be at understanding. Like the snudge thing is huge. Like especially in your deck, the snudge element is ginormous, especially when you have like Overlord Grey King, because like you
Yeah.
can put the Grey King on the flank and then use him to a fight, and then he takes damage. You steal the guy over, and then you put Grey King back into your hand and put him back to the outside of the creature you stole, etc. Like
Yeah, sure. And
so.
And my deck had 2 snudges as well that could come out and play.
Yeah, Sludge is great. He's one of my favorite characters, like in the game. Like as far as like what he does for like the value that he has.
Cool.
You have the control of the week, so whenever you control the week, just little things like counting how many cards they have in their graveyard for each house and what's in play, so you know the probability, because you know each house has 12 cards. So
yeah,
like when you're trying to put them on something that's going to stun them, it's good to just think about like what have they played the most of, what, you know, where was their creature count at and stuff. And that comes in those 2-minute drills where basically you have 2 minutes to look at a deck list and like figure out stuff. Things I do is like I go, is there any board wipes? That's number 1. Number 2 is like is there any like major amber, which takes like 3 seconds because you can check for both of those almost simultaneously. And then what I do is I get a creature count for each house, because it's important for how you're controlling the game and like where you're putting them and fighting them, especially with me because I play 3 control the week. So like I want to know where I can put them and stuff, and you know, plan that out. And then like I just want to see how their raw amber, like where their strategy is, like what kind of deck they are and what they're trying to do. So in 2 minutes you can do all that pretty easily and be comfortable with generating a game plan once you get used to what the cards are.
Would there be, for the main event sealed, I guess maybe fairly typical, but at Birmingham it's basically you get 3 decks and you choose which one you want to play in the competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to look for the thing that gives you the most amber rush, because in sealed, amber rush wins. So it's kind of like you want to find the thing that has the most raw amber, count your raw amber, and then look and see if you have hunting witches. I don't think they're going to get reprinted, but maybe. But like things like that basically are boosting your speed and your power element of like making amber. Like amber is still the number 1 thing you need to do. So I would say that it's a big thing.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, man. Well, have fun with your fiance.
Yep, it looks like El Latino Russo wants to play.
Yeah, well, I think Drayven should have first refusal.
Yeah, she is the lady in the chat.
Yes, and
all right,
and she was ever. All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, thank you guys for everything. It was fun.
No, thanks.
Thanks. I'll be listening, but I won't be talking. So.
That's right. Thanks for hosting. Okay, we'll continue to say nice things.
You don't have to. I heard the last stream when you were accusing me of everything and their mother.
I'm sure it's not true. Quickly delete the evidence.
All right. Well, enjoy your time playing.
Cheers, man. Thank you. All right then. So El Latino Russo.
Oh,
okay.
One last quick note. You can feel free to use this live Twitch thing anytime you want.
Oh, sweet. That's appreciated, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and you can give out the Discord information too. Just remind them that they need to be civil, because they will get the quick punt if they're an idiot.
Yeah, good. I'll do that. Thank you. Okay, great. So what we're going to do, actually, we're going to combine it. So El Latino Russo, I think you can play, but I think we should compromise. And Drayven, if you want to join the Discord voice chat, you can basically be the new coach, and you can pass on the message you've learned from Jupiter. So if you're available to jump in, then please do so. And if you're not letting me know, we'll just carry on blind. Hey, I see someone's joined. Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going fine. Good to meet you. I didn't catch your actual name. Apologies.
Oh, I was Drayven in the Twitch chat.
Yep. And sorry, I mean
KC.
KC. Okay, hi KC. So I'm or Mucinary or Tristan. So yeah, you're going to be in coaching mode. If that's okay.
I am not nearly the coach Jupiter is, so
that's right.
I will probably tell you to do stupid things that you shouldn't do.
But that's okay. We will learn from doing stupid things. It would be a life lesson. So El Latino, do you want to set up a game for us? And I will look for it. And let me know.
I still will do things when I'm playing against Jupiter. And he'll be like, why did you do that? I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, he's confirmed he's setting up, or he or she is setting that up. And apparently he's really excited about this. So I would say manage your expectations.
That's, like, beyond any excitement that I think I've ever experienced in Keep.
Well, I think that may be because the fame that Jupiter has now is to be following on from that match. So, Casey, how are things going?
Things are going pretty well so far today.
Well, let's try and continue that theme.
I was enjoying watching the game, and I'm still learning. Just from watching and hearing his coaching to you is good for me too.
Yeah, it's no, I'm really pleased to hear that. I think it was really, really useful. Just a lot of the thinking, basically a lot more thinking ahead than just. I think I'm pretty much one dimensional a lot of the time, and just thinking about what's in my hand and playing that without thinking too much about what my opponent might be thinking of doing next. And I've been bitten by failing to do that in the past, so yeah, it is all cool.
Are you playing your same deck, or are you going in the spirit of beginning your sealed practice and playing one either that you haven't played before, or actually going in sealed? Well, he wants to do Archon.
Yes, I'll probably go Archons. I might actually just go to the same deck again. But you're right, in general I'll start switching to just randomized decks to get practice at just looking at decks and learning. Good. I think apparently there's a game here, so I need to try and find it. Let's refresh. Twitch stream. So I think we found and password. Not that one. Let's try again. All right, we're in. So
you're buffering out on me. Let me refresh.
All right. No, I'm not a TeamSpeak user, unfortunately. It's all about Discord nowadays. So definite recommendation for anyone that's not using Discord. You should totally go for that. And hopefully my second coach will arrive to help, but I won't delay. So as discussed, I'm actually going to play the same deck.
And my browser keeps crashing.
Oh no. You're going to leave me hanging just when I need you.
No, I'm not trying to do.
All right, we're in.
Now, there is one chance that I might have to leave for a little bit. One of my kids is not feeling the best. So.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay, so we're up and running, and I will just click start. Here we go. So looking at my hand, and I am playing a fun deck. That's an ominous sign. Actually, we should look at this deck. Okay, I'm just going to look at that deck. So mutter bronze to find it.
You can. Have you just clicked on the top in Crucible, because it'll.
Oh, does that? Right. Oh, that. Okay. I was going to use the Dex of KeyForge version. So let me just mutter boons. I spelled it wrong. So here we go. Oh, looks pretty powerful. Look at this deck. Dun 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 dun. Oh, key charge, which I hate. It's like I keep losing to key charge. Wild wormholes in there.
Key charge and a Choda.
Yeah, so it does look fun. All right, well, this would be an exercise in what happens. So, in terms of my hand, cheers over El Vertigo. Yeah, I found it. So yeah, it does look like an interesting deck. Oh, so it's in German. So Mother Chaos. Okay, yeah, I did German at school briefly. I'm probably going to mulligan because I don't think this starting hand is giving me much. Although it's got the snudges there, it's like I think that might be a good one. Actually, I am going to keep it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so they played Master Plan straight away and have hidden something away.
That's looking pretty rushy, the deck that you're playing again.
Yeah, and also just this evil, lots of evil stuff. So something's been
not a lot of amber control. I didn't see that quickly.
Sorry, I'll bring it back. So here we go. So amber control. I'm trying to remember which one it is. So 6.5. Compared to mine, which has 10. I'm not sure what the scale's like, but fairly happy with mine. So what shall we do? Coward's End has no value right now, so I was tempted to go with this. Get Snudge out. Get Shuffles out. Oh, just those two actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's not the best hand. Maybe I should have mulliganed.
I mean, you are player 2, so.
So out they go.
Put you down a card.
So we're back at 0-0 on the amber count. Oh, there you go. So the hidden card was Fogify, which he is used immediately.
Looked like he had a fair amount of raw amber.
All right, end of turn. So much as I like this deck, the actual as a very Brobnar heavy now, but nothing that really, there's no creatures on the board. So punch, I could rush for the amber. Coward's End.
Well, it will make you punch your Snudge, just so you.
Oh, it's not optional, so I guess I have to deal with it to the
Yeah, if you want the amber, you're gonna have to punch your Snudge. So pretty much.
Okay.
And he's left you no creatures to fight and with your Brobs.
Yeah. I can get Crump out there again. Loot the bodies isn't going to help right now, right? Because there's no enemy creatures, so I could just not play Brobnar. But then Relentless Whispers is useless. It's a really bad hand right now. So what to do? I'm tempted to go Brobnar and just to clear. It just isn't really helping me. So I could play punch and just take the damage in the amber. If we're going to start rushing, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'd probably.
I didn't get a good look at his creature list to see. I mean, I'm tempted to discard that.
Coward's End, yeah. Although it won't. Yeah, it wouldn't do anything anyway right now.
Well, the only thing is as soon as I tell you to do that, he's going to play like 10 creatures, and then you won't have your Cowards and loot the bodies.
No, I know it's risky to keep hold of it. It's one of these micro decisions, isn't it? If I keep hold of it, it might be useful next turn.
But he's got a lot of fogs there too. So
I'm going to discard just to hope that we get fun stuff come out. There you go. I've got a treasure map up here, so that could be handy. That'll help me with the rush.
Latino Russo has joined us, but the microphone appears to be.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How's it going, man? You found us. How's it going?
Yeah, sure. Nice. I'm well. Hopefully you too.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, I think we're now spanning 3 different countries for this stream.
Nice. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, I'm living in Germany, so here we go. I'm going to play Untamed. I need my Ember. By Snatch. By Grump.
Ah, okay. Yep, so there you go. There's Lost in the Woods. So it's winning the Amber Rush.
Actually. Where are you from, actually?
1 second.
I'm sorry, my kid awoke. I'm back in a few seconds.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess in 2 minutes.
All right, no problem. So that's right. I just quickly made a play. So I decided to, as part of joining in the Amber Rush, I just went with
there you go.
Shadows, yeah, and just played the treasure map.
And it seems like a good play. It's like he doesn't have a whole board state threatening you already, so it's not in theory.
You know what? I was just thinking that, and it doesn't that show that Jupiter's done a good job of coaching both of us. Was I wouldn't even have thought about the whole board state threatening thing, and before you mentioned exactly that thing in the last game, where I had that choice to make, but at the time there was a full board. It's like, well, maybe we should take care of the board before just playing that card and not doing anything else. So, you going to any of the US-based vault tours coming up, or have you already been to any of them?
I have not been to any. I don't really have any plans to go at this. You know, it would be a whole big deal. My kids are going to be off school for the summer.
Oh, okay.
And it would be pretty tough. I'd have to bring them, and you know they're not that into KeyForge, so that wouldn't even be fun for them necessarily. Yeah,
that was going to be my next question. If they were into KeyForge, then that'd be the perfect family trip.
It's not for lack of trying. I've tried every trick in the book to get them in. Like, I've bought them decks. You know, I asked one of my daughters, you know, what houses she thought looked cool, and I bought her a deck that had those houses.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. I'm sorry for the
no, hey, that's okay, man. No problem. Welcome back. So I've made a turn, and yeah, it's totally back to you.
I got a deck with 2 treasure maps in it.
Oh, you have as well? Yeah. So that's what this one has.
Need to keep stars. Okay, nice. Here we go. Real name should be Back Penny, not Bad Penny. Get it right. I'm going to play aggressive to see what you got.
Not much. That's good. So what did you do? Oh, you stole Amber. So let's have a play. I'm just having a quick look.
What time is it in your city?
Oh, here it's 11:25 in the evening.
Okay, well, I'm 1 hour.
It's 6:25 in the evening where I'm.
Ah, nice.
Hey, so we're gonna go shadows. Is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be able to steal an Amber if you.
I think kill Relentless Whispers on Bad Penny. Although Magda the Rat, if leaves play, your opponent steals 2 Amber if that goes for any reason.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you have any way to get her off the field because she has elusive. You would have to hit her twice.
Yes.
Or have enough direct damage to kill her immediately. But
yeah.
you almost could put Silent Dagger on Dodger just to try and keep up in the Amber rate. And then regardless of whether you're fighting, like you could choose to fight her Reap next turn and you could get rid of her.
Sounds good. Cool. Let's get something out on the board. All right, so that's done. I can, I'm kind of chasing a bit, so I can't prevent the KeyForge.
Now, if you had your speed sigil out and your snudge, you could have just snudged Magda off the. But you didn't have that set up yet, so and then you'd have gotten the Amber. You'd have stolen it.
Shitty. I should fight. Well, I messed it up.
Do you want to go into manual mode to Go
Yeah,
back.
that would be nice.
Yep.
Thank you. Really? Actually, I should fight with her.
And don't forget to reduce your amber by 1 as well.
Sorry?
Which one did you want to fight with?
Yeah, I should. I should to remove 1 ember. Yeah, right.
Every little helps. Perfect. There we go.
Yeah. Only cards which could be a mess are the Dexters in this deck.
So nice. So an interesting thing I could try here is I could go dis. I could play 3 discards, then play Hecatome, and to gain all the amber.
Then you're also falling behind not only in the amber race but in your board.
Yeah, and then board state. So it's just kind of. So I could play it first just for the amber, and then play the 3 creatures out.
Yes, you can do it that way, and because you are going to have to deal with those creatures that are on the field. Magda has a ring of invisibility, so she's got skirmish as well as elusive at this point.
Okay.
And you need to get some creatures or some direct damage somewhere.
Agreed.
Demon, okay. I like the Overlord, actually. One of my favorite disc creatures with a snatch.
Really cool card.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, well. What I do to prevent you from forging a key?
Oh, you don't have to. You can just let me forge a key.
I have 1 card, and it's perfect for this case.
Ah,
The life way. And
perfect.
well, that was it. Oh, nothing else which I could. At least I delayed your key.
Yeah, nice. So I could go dis again. I've got Lash of Broken Dreams I can put out, which could be useful.
Yeah, and you could get your other Pit Lord out. You can steal. You can deal with at least one of those creatures with wrecking and steal somebody.
Yeah, and potentially
And
reap
you
and
could
reap.
smudge
I can
Magda
reap.
off.
Yeah, I can reap with Snuds to get a flank creature. So my choice
Oh,
really.
she's not on the flank.
No, but I can use
But
Snuds
if
to
you
start.
fought with Wrecking first and killed Dodger and stole him, then she would be on the flank. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
I'm not-
Thanks. No.
I'm
Thank.
not leading you
No.
astray.
You were kind of following my train of thought, but
Okay.
you're one step ahead of me.
Okay.
But
It's okay. What would you got Magda? You'll get 2 ember for getting her on your side or not?
If you steal her, if you fought Magda with Grecking,
Warlord?
first off, she wouldn't die because she has. But he wouldn't get to steal it because I don't think she technically leaves the field.
Okay.
yeah, this comes on my side. Right. So sorry, let me just catch up. So we're going to use Overlord to kill Dodger.
Yeah, and then you get a second Dodger, which will help you if you come back to a Shadows turn, because then he still counts as a Shadows card.
And then Snudge. Oh yeah, Dodger. Where do I want to put this creature on? Let's put him on the. Let's put him on the right.
Hey, it's my Dodger. Well, there he is.
There he is. He's mine now. And
Yeah.
Snudge, Reap, and Mag to the Rat. We want to leave play, so I can gain. Hopefully, yeah, I get the 2 amber.
It's so weird. I'm on the 30-second delay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So and also I could choice either Reap with Pit Demon or destroy Bad Penny, but I don't know. Might as well. I'm trying to think. There's a reason to
Well, you could
rather
use his action to steal an amber.
Yeah, that's probably better actually. Good call. Much better.
And I don't think Bad
I
Penny's
have
a
no
threat right
board
now.
control with this deck.
All right.
Oh,
Okay, so check.
yeah, sure. Yep. 2 of your amp.
Oh, no fighting for me.
Yes.
All right, so 1 each. What can we do? So the hand depends on whether just make the opportunity to go for a race. So what can I do with acts?
I mean, you could even, like, I'd give some thought to even not clearing out my hand and going back with
Just reaping?
well, you can
Stealing.
steal 2 with your pit demons. So
Yeah. So, oh yeah, instead of reap. Yeah, exactly.
and you can snudge Bad Penny back to
Yeah.
just kind of clog up the hand. And since I mean, obviously you can't fight with anything anyway. You just reap with Grecking and then always just lash just because it's good habit.
Yeah, so yeah, oh yeah, good.
Even if there's a key, because there's 2 key cheats in there. So
Yeah.
if he's going to key cheat, if you've lashed, if there's some way that he can get up to the key cost, at least make it cost 3 more.
Yeah. That's a good call. So I'm going to do exactly that. Use the action abilities. This is where we can talk about board state again. At the moment, we
Yeah.
control the board, and therefore, for me, just to take advantage of that, just keep hammering out the action abilities.
And you couldn't fight with your dodgers anyway because you were.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So shadows wouldn't have made much sense. So there we go. End turn. As a result of that turn, we're now at it was 4-2 to El Vertigo on Amber. Now it's 6-2 to me.
And now you're forcing it in. It's like, are you going to rush for a key? Or are you going to do something to counter me from getting, or both?
Okay, let's see if anything came out to help. Nothing.
If you wanted to advance your state, like, I don't know that I would. Well, I mean, you could poison wave. I'd
Playing against this is a big
consideration to
question.
putting Shadow Self next to Dodger, fighting Magda once with your damaged Dodger, because he won't take any damage from her and he will still steal an Amber, and then fighting her again with the other Dodger. She'll die, you'll steal the 2, and he'll steal 1 from.
Yeah, I think so.
And then if you decided to poison wave, you'll kill your 1 Dodger, but you'll get the Amber, you'll clear, but the other 2, you'll have completely cleared the board state, and then you've still got hidden stash.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuck something away.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my line of thinking. I don't know if it's the correct line of thinking, but that's what I was thinking.
So the alternative, actually, I quite like your one. It sounds more clever in general. Or go, dis, trigger, lash of broken dreams, and then sort of as far as possible, just reap again to start putting up the Amber.
You'll be able to steal 4 Amber if you go. I think, if I'm calculating correctly, if
Yeah.
you use Shadow, because you will end up killing Magda.
Yeah.
As long as you put your Shadow Self down first.
Okay, well, let's try that. Let's try that. Let's talk through that one. So play Shadow Self first.
So
Next.
if you went, are you trying to talk through dis or?
No,
Okay,
shadows.
So what I would do is first I would fight Magda with your damaged Dodger.
Yep.
Because he's not going to take damage the first time, but he still gets to steal 1 for fighting.
Yeah.
Since she's got elusive.
Okay.
Now, if you put down Shadow Self next to your other Dodger and fight her, he's going to take damage, but it'll be referred over to Shadow Self. She'll die this time, and you'll get to steal the 2 for her dying and the 1 for him fighting.
Okay, let's try
I'll
it.
be right back. I've got somebody at my door.
Okay, so let's try that. So that's exactly what we did. And we've got a choice. Poison Wave. Do we want to use Poison Wave? I think we will use Poison Wave. Let's try and keep control of the board state. And play Hidden Stash. And to archive a card. And I've done everything. So end turn. So we go. This is these are both fun decks.
Well, I'm 1 ember too short to get my key. But something like annoying. But I need to stop you from playing.
Oh. So 3 creatures exhausted. Nicely done.
Next round could be your game so far.
Okay, nice. Nicely done. Okay, so I need to think what to do. So Dis, you've done really well to take those out.
Okay, I'm back. What I missed?
So to turn, where to go? Actually, if you can see on the stream, his turns come up. So he played Nocturnal Maneuver to gain 1 amber and exhausted. So I haven't started my turn yet, but that's why 3 of my creatures are now exhausted due to a Nocturnal Maneuver.
So it's actually a really cool play by him because now that's going to make you not want to go to Dis. You don't want to trap yourself in Dis and use the lash. I mean, he's probably got a key cheat, so he could potentially make another turn. I don't think we've seen the full Untamed rush yet. But you can still advance to the point of pressure for your key.
Yeah, so I can play Shadows, is my instinct. So Dodger, I can fight to steal 1 amber and take out Dust Pixie.
You can reap with Shadow Self. I don't know that I would play the Poison Wave, but you can still, you know, put down some other stuff.
Yeah, I can play Ghostly Hand as well for 2 amber generation and Speed Sigil. I think following the advice from Jupiter, it would be risky to play at the moment. I think because
I don't know that potentially gives him 1 additional reap for or fight with a creature that he plays. It depends on what house you're planning to go to next. It will give you an extra fight if you need it, and I think you already have 1. So
okay, well,
I'd be tempted to maybe play it because you could potentially get some value out of it depending on which way you go.
Okay.
It's up to you though. I don't claim to offer the best advice. I do stupid things all the time.
Fire went nice with your advices.
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Fire, your advices were good, so.
yeah, you're doing great.
Oh, well, thank you.
Actually, what happened to Brobner? You're only playing with this and Shadows.
I think it's just how it's it's just how the decks come out. I think even in the game we played earlier with Jupiter, as a coaching game, I don't think Brodnar featured that much.
Don't you think that Brobnar feel betrayed by you?
They probably do. They're probably cursing you from the bottom of the deck. Either that or they're like uncharacteristically frightened for Brobnar and they're hiding. So.
The lava bombs are throwing all over you next game.
I don't know if I would play the Poison Wave at this point.
Yeah, I'm mulling it over. So I could just discard or keep it.
You could discard it. I mean, because your other creatures are so damaged and you're going to remove... Well, I mean, it's not going to kill them. You're going to lose your Snudge. I mean, you might still want the option to come back to that if he doesn't do something to deal with them. If they're out there, he has to make the choice if he's going to deal with them or not. If you kill them yourself.
Yeah, it takes them off the board. And then speed sigil is the other decision, right? So that would give me an amber, but...
Yes, so that would put you at 8. And, like, you could come out and fight with your crump right away next turn if you needed to.
Okay.
Which would cause him to lose an amber. Now, we know that there are 2 key cheats over there. From having looked at the deck list, so I don't know. I didn't, like, look fully close enough to see if there's enough rush in there to get enough amber to do 2.
All right, so we've played. We went with a... what did I do? I discarded Poison Wave in the end to try and get some more stuff into my hand. So now the Brobnar started to appear.
At least you will win this game because I can't deny you 3rd key. So let me only play this.
Ah, that's good to know.
Well, I should have read it, but
I guess from looking at your deck beforehand, we knew that your deck doesn't have as much control as mine. So therefore, I feel relatively confident.
Well, I like this deck because there are 23 printed Ember on the cards without stealing something and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The 2 cheating cards are nice as well. Creatures are too weak, and the board control.
Hey, well, good game, man, and thanks for the coaching, Casey, as well. Hey, that was good fun.
I appreciate it.
No, I really enjoyed that.
It was a good game. It was a good game, and it looks like that's a really cool deck that you have there too.
Yeah. And
it's a fun deck. It's not one of the strongest that I got, but it's a really fun deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play again. So shoot me a follow on Twitch if you haven't already, and keep an eye. And I'm happy to play whoever comes around.
I left a follow, and well, I'm going to sleep. And
of
your Brobnar cards that you can play.
I know. Thanks for the game. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. So yeah, thanks, Casey. That was brilliant. So what I need to do is I also need to head to bed, so I'm well rested for tomorrow. But you are next on the list for a game if you're up for that. When you're next free.
Oh, that sounds good. Anytime. And if you want to play fun decks, we can play fun decks. If you want to play sealed, I kind of am more of a team fun type of player than so much of a competitive player. I try to do the best I can, but.
Well, listen, I need to practice sealed, as mentioned, for the tournament. So that could be perfect. We could just do randomized sealed decks off the Crucible and just see what happens.
Yep, that's always fun.
That's brilliant. Okay, well, thank you very much for jumping on. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it was really nice to meet you and get to talk with you and watch you play some games.
Yeah, you too. And
I'm learning with you.
So. Yeah, well, Jupiter sure is smiling. If he is still listening, as he's dealing with his fiance, he should be very happy with what we've achieved. Okay, that's great. Okay, brilliant. Well, have a great night.
All right, you too.
And also good luck with convincing your kids to want to play. You never know, you might get a victory.